Good day, everybody. This is Serpent from Black Sheep Squadron. I didn't want to start my narration until I got off the ground, just in case. You know how squirrely these things can get sometimes. So, we have had a really good week. Special thanks to Juice over at the Air Warfare Group for putting out the good word of what we're trying to build here. And, yeah, absolutely been a phenomenal response to that. We've had a lot of new members join our Discord, and several of which have offered to help with a lot of different aspects of what our goals are. Some of which has been related to feedback on our readiness levels that we're going to hopefully implement once the Corsair comes out. Just more or less to keep things even. That way, if we host an event for, say a readiness level 1, at least we know everybody that joins can start their aircraft. That's the main goal here, is to make sure that everybody is on the same page and is able to actually perform the task that they're given. So with that, that'll obviously evolve as we learn more about what we're trying to do here and how to implement the best training practices that we can to get everybody at least to a certain level. That way, when we do events, nobody's just trying to learn how to start their aircraft while everybody's ready to go. It's not like ranks or anything like that, but it's just something that we're gonna hopefully get on heading here. But I wanted to come on here today more or less to show the training map that we're going to run for a little while, at least for now. This has every warbird available, and I've got a couple things on here for fun as well as for good practice. We've got activatable ranges on the F10 map here. Sip on that real quick here. You can't see me on there, which is going to be normal on all of our maps. Make sure we're good here. So we've got an ocean range, a ground range, and a spawning point for some AI aircraft. And it's all repeatable through the F10 menu. If you're not familiar with how some of this stuff works, I'll show you a little bit here. Make it point my head where you can see the menu up here a little bit. Comms menu, other, Allied Patrol. We'll go ahead and spawn those guys, just to give it some activity since they're actually coming out of where I'm headed. But you can also turn on and off various ranges on here as well. So that gives you the option to where you can kind of choose what you want to practice. And in doing so, stay current, and also gives us an opportunity once it's on the server to start practicing together as a group, which is going to be a lot of fun, I think. With that, I'm doing a small cross country just to really get used to flying this thing a little bit more. Obviously, for some that know me, I'm coming from helicopters, coming into warbirds kind of late. I've had several for a while, just never really dabbled with them a whole lot more than just taking them around the pattern and trying to fly them and not die. These things have their challenges, and that's partly why I'm quite interested in getting more involved in it. And of course, I'm a big fan of the Corsair, which is what's really sparked a lot of the interest in doing what we're doing here with the Black Sheep Squadron. Yeah, feel free to join me on this little flight here. I'm going to be flying over the London area here shortly, just to really sightsee. I haven't really explored the new Normandy map update a whole heck of a lot. Let's go ahead and turn on the gun sight here and get the guns, just in case. Oh, that's right, dim. It is a bright day here in the UK, which is kind of unusual. ease back our RPMs a little bit. Nothing too crazy going on today. If I turned on a gauntlet mission that I've created, that's kind of a fun one for those that are more experienced. If you want a challenge, this is also repeatable. Over there in the London Harbor, there's a special mission for you there. If you choose to try it, it's a ground attack mission that should be pretty fun. I've dabbled with it a little bit in testing, and it does. They are lethal. So another one of those fun challenges that you can expect to see on our servers. Try to fly over to Farnborough and try to catch our Corsairs on the, or not the Corsairs, I wish, our Spitfires on their patrol over. And one thing that we will be doing is, sorry about the ums, but you know, that's what it is the use of the kneeboard map to navigate. And this will be a standard feature, just like it was on the old Storm of War server, where the F10 map it's just a map. You know, you can't really see what's going on. You have to actually communicate, use your navigation instruments to see where you're going. And obviously the Mark 1 eyeball is the key to that, so you study the map a little bit before you fly, and you kind of have an idea where you're heading. Obviously that will be very different once we're out in the open ocean in the Pacific Theater. Be much more reliant on our instruments at that point. London over there. Mind you, I don't use, I'm using an older computer, so my graphics are set down a little bit lower than a lot of folks that stream. They still look really good once you get a lot closer, but sometimes the buildings don't spawn in at greater distances. And it's going to take me a little bit of getting used to using this navigation method as well, so I'm so used to having an MFD to do that. One other feature I've added to this is the early warning system, and this will see if we can give it a Yeah, so we've got our friendly Spitfires out ahead of us here. 106. Kind of spread out at the moment. 243, so they're not too far from us. I'll go ahead and actually hide those messages for now. So they're actually out ahead of us here. See if we can see them. Rocking the Navy trainer livery. Kind of looks like an old AT-6 Texan. Should be getting relatively close here. Knowing me, I'll fly right by it. Okay, let's see. Oh, there it is. Hey, I made it. How's the runway looking? Now for the really fun part is seeing if I can put this thing on the ground and keep it in one piece. I can't guarantee this won't be a flame show. Stick around, this might be interesting. Should have offloaded a bit more fuel, but it is, you learn. Actually, I think I'm going to do that runway there. Let's, gear down. Bring the flaps in. can't not burn it in here. Bounced it a little bit. Oh. Well. Yeah. Yeah, that's why we practice, right? Let's make sure we skid off the runway here so we're not tying things up. At least I didn't break a prop. Ooh, not the one sock. Ooh, barely caught that. Well, we made it. Not quite how we wanted to, but let's shut this thing down before we catch something on fire. All right. All right. Well, we'll leave it at that and send the maintenance crew out to come get me. Time to practice. See you guys on the flight line.